Hey everyone, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick founders update video to see where we stand today. We are progressing very fast, and I expect us to be able to launch probably before January, but I do want to perfect quite a few things and make sure that everything is running. So, January 1st is when we're going to launch for sure. But to start out with, let's go over our tech stack. We're currently using Supabase as the backend, which connects to a customer CRM, imports their leads as well as how they have everything formatted. We have, so Supabase here, we have N8N as the middleware. This is essentially the workflow and the brain of the entire operation. And then we have Firebase setting up our front end portal. So to start out with, let's just have a quick little overview of what we have for our front end portal. Quickly, very quickly, this isn't a CRM, right? The whole idea of this is to be something super lightweight. A lot of companies want to adopt AI into their workflow, and they don't exactly know how to do it. They're overwhelmed. They don't know how to use it or how to get this going in a way that makes sense for them. The whole idea behind this is that it's completely agnostic. Any customer can start right off the bat by just inputting a very little amount of information and connects directly to your CRM. Doesn't matter if it's HubSpot, Salesforce, Close, whatever. Any CRM will work. Hell, you can give me Google Sheets and I can have it set up so that it'll work within 5 minutes. So when you log in, you have your dashboard, very basic information, right? Just showing the amount of leads qualified, the amount of hours saved by using the agentic tool that I've built, and the conversion rate, as well as a little chart showing, how what the lead volume has looked like over the last. Right now, we have it set up to year. Second page is going to be settings. We have a couple different options here, not very many, but to start out with, we have agent identity, right? You can assign the company agent the way that the AI, right? You can assign it a name, a personality, and keep in mind this is for the overall agent of the company. We have the ability to custom tailor each individual agent per sales rep on each individual account as well. But this is for the overall company. Also, we have some guardrails in place here. Uh, we can add more later, but for the time being, we have escalate to human if angry, and we have allow price negotiation and integrations. To get started, all I need is whatever CRM API key you have. Type it in here, click Save Changes, and it's updated to Supabase. And the logic that I built behind N8N completely translates everything and starts sending everything out. We have a live feed basically showing the leads that are being processed right now, as well as the stage, AI summary of what it's looking like, and then account and billing. I'll go over billing later on in the future once we have a more concrete plan of how it's going to work. But for the time being, we're looking at three different tiers. A base tier, which gives you 1,000 credits essentially, enough to process 500 leads, research them, send out the email. Very cheap to start out, $50. Plan up from that is going to be the ability to cold outreach to existing data inside the CRM. So if you have old opportunities, old leads in your CRM that you might be able to bring alive again, uh, essentially the AI that I have built into place will reach out to each individual account, look at the data from what was worked previously. For instance, if it was somebody working a data management out there, it'll look at that, reference what was happening before, asking for updates on it, what have you, right? Very, very smart system. And you can always buy more credits as you go as well. So, as I said, very light portal. This isn't to replace a CRM. This is just to give you the metrics of how the agent is actually behaving. So, if we get to the middleware, this is where the magic happens. This is the brain. And this is the very basic workflow that I have to start out with. Um, like I said, we have a few more things planned. We will have the autonomous outreach to cold data in a CRM implemented by January. We also have a plan for the AI to actually reach out to prospects completely on their own, autonomous lead generation. So let's say that for me, for example, I work for a SolidWorks reseller in my 9 to 5. So I would have it, for example, prospect on job boards of companies that are looking to hire designers, right? People that are looking for companies that are looking for engineers that have SolidWorks experience. The AI will look for those specific companies, research them, find the correct point of contact, and reach out to them to see how they're doing with their design tools. But I wanted to give you a quick overview of how this works right now. So we're actually going to delete that. This would typically hook up directly to Supabase, right? But I don't have it hooked up yet because I don't have any customers as of yet because we haven't launched. So I have this little code in JavaScript. This is simulating a lead coming in, right? Some guy that works at Porsche. Lead comes in. We're going to execute this workflow, show you how it works. Lead comes in. We have a script to look at, basically make sure that it's not a bot, right? And validate that it's actually a real company. We have this AI here doing company research, scouring the web, see how they're a good fit for the product that we sell, scores it, also contextualizes the lead information. So in your CRM, for instance, if you have somebody that was looking on a specific page in your website and that's what the lead is, it will reference that in the email. It also scores it and makes sure that it is a fit for you guys, and it updates that to the CRM, which we'll cover in a minute. Next thing, it generates an email custom tailored to that individual. And then we have a compliance officer making sure that it's in alignment with what you want your company to represent, making sure that those guardrails that I was talking about before, for instance, allowing it to talk about price, yada, 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 making sure all that is in alignment. And if it is, it goes to this fork where if it's good, it sends out the email. If it's bad, it reports it to the admin and lets you know exactly what was going on with it. So we just ran that. And as you can see, we just got an email. We help automotive leaders streamline their engineering workflow with tools like SolidWorks and 3D Experience. For example, one of our clients in the EV space reduced testing cycles by 30% with integrated simulation. Right? This is a perfect example of how it's contextualizing the information that it has and researches the company. So a couple other filters that I have in place here. Number one, if the email bounces, it automatically stops this because we don't want to be wasting tokens and credits to reach out to things that have bad emails. And number two, we have a kill switch in here, which if the customer ends up replying, it stops this as well. Simply because this isn't a tool to replace salespeople. This is a tool to allow salespeople to do what they do best and work on those high value engagements. This is essentially an SDR. This is somebody that's setting up appointments for you. So what we have here as well is also on a schedule, assuming that there's no bounce trigger. We have 3 emails that will be sent out in succession throughout the course of each day. First one being a polite bump, second one being a value add, the third being a breakup email, right? So we'll run that one as well. Execute workflow. Oops. Same thing here. We have a compliancy officer that double checks, safety fork, prepares email, and sends it. Now, I'm going to get a new email here in a second. And I just got it. Follow-up email, saving 20 hours a week. At Hawkridge, we help engineering teams streamline their design and simulation workflows. Happy to share we've helped similar teams, right? Straight to the point. You can custom tailor how it sounds to your liking. Now, this automatically updates the CRM with the data that it had, right? So for instance, I've ran this a few times in the last half hour or so, just working on some workflow stuff. But as you can see here, everything automatically populates in the CRM. And one of the nice things is the AI contextualizes and gives you a summary of exactly what's going on. So Porsche, industry automotive description, Porsche, German automobile manufacturer, and why they fit. Gives me an exact reason why they would fit. In this case, it's saying, hey, they use CAD for sure, but they probably use Siemens or NX. Much more common for the automotive design industry, 100% the case. But they probably use SolidWorks in some other capacities as well. I expect to have the other workflows, the cold outreach to existing customers in your CRM or dead leads, for example, ready within a couple of weeks. And the autonomous lead generation, I have it slated more for a Q4. It's going to be a lot more expensive for me to build that simply because the amount of tokens that I'm going to have an AI rely on to do the research is going to scale up pretty quickly. But yeah, like I said, one of the nice things about this is, as I was showing you guys earlier in this portal right here with the settings, this is for the company, but I have it referencing, I have my workflow referencing what rep it is, and the rep has the ability to change the way that the AI handles it themselves. It just falls back to the company one if you want to override that, or if there's no rep already assigned. all of this is company agnostic. It doesn't matter who I plug into this, it is going to work for any company. Whether you're a car detailer, you're selling finance technology, you're in the engineering space, it doesn't matter. I have built this up 100% so that it's not specific to any individual company. It references what I have built up in Supabase and works from there. So yeah, it's been a lot of work so far, and it's been pretty fun. But I have lot more to do, and I am 100% committed to this. If they said at my 9 to 5 that I have to quit to keep working on this, I will 100% quit because I 100% believe in this product. I'm not some tech founder building up some tech. I'm a sales guy through my blood 100%. I built this for the problems that I have specifically, and I know that would help me personally, and I know it will help other businesses as well. So if you're interested, when we come to launch, massive discounting to the first few customers. I need feedback on how it works. I need opinions on improvements, and I need to find out exactly what you guys want to see out of this. So yeah, once again, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for taking the time to look at my quick little tech demo, and let me know if you have any questions.